Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the dog pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wilson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
25, 25.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. To throw is Wilson. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Matt Breida, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Hey, 31! Switch! Hey, 31!
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
47, 19, 44. Go!
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Dashing through the snow. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check 52. Hey, 55. Mike 56. Mike. Hayward. You. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Set. 24. 19. Hey, 31.
Out of the gun, Watson. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Fourth down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, 57. Hey, get in the weight room. Hey. No.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
Big dance. Come on, go. Go down. Quick whip. Watch the whip. Check. There.
Third It's Wilson. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Chance. 44.
Here's Watson. And able to find Conley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Where's that? 19. Switch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You got tight right there.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return is Cohen. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. And he completes it to Cohen. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And it'll be third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now Wilson steps away to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there in that scramble.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Ravens.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Hey, 0-0.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A.J. Green. Touchdown number 18 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Alert! 44 to Mike. 44. Check. Push him back. Push him back. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke.
From the gun, here's Watson. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
44. Mike, 44. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 124. Fofo to Mike. Mike's Fofo. Check pass. Check pass. Check. 124. Pause. Another timeout.
Throwing again is Watson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Robert Alford there defensively.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Watson, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out the gun. It's Elliott. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go to Elliott again. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Hey, 24. 44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Now Watson operating from the gun. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 32-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 52 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
You better be afraid of me. Switch. 12. Check 31. Check 31. Check. 14. Got it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Ted Ginn, 27 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Ravens 28, Browns nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
59! 44's the mic. 44's mic. 54! Let's go, D. Check 13. Check 13.
Watson now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here's Elliott. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Watson, off play action, rolling to his left. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create, and if he has to run it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. And it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, we got 3 out.
They go read option with Wilson. He pitches it. Whoosh. And able to get get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. And a Ravens.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trailed big here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. He's got Green. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 16. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as the Ravens push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get to the end zone as well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
It's going to be a long day.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. The 40, 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns get a score closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a look.
And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. get it? I think so, yes. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Watson, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Miles Jack with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Connor Barwin in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw again on second down. Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Watch the twist. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And avoids the contact by sliding. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Ravens.